Hello, everybody, and welcome to our final market entry plan. My name is James Dawkins.
I'm Griffin Dunlap.
I'm Annie Shippey.
I'm Conrad.
Yeah, I'm
Hi, I'm
Irene.
Andy.
All right, and we are Prohuman Technologies team number 3. So, the new treatment for chronic pain. So, Prohuman Technologies is a company that's designing a medical device that uses heating and cooling processes to deliver custom treatment to the user. Inspired by the former Marine and CEO Justin Dews, the device aims to eliminate the need for multiple doctor visits, opioid treatments, and other expensive and ineffective ways to treat chronic pain. So for the business model canvas, we've done everything that we have based on this one business question. How do we specifically target areas of interest for the market in China? And other sub questions that we've come up with is China in the comfort zone for this product? Who are the main areas of interest, and is the problem of the product prevalent to this country? So we've considered all of these when going into our research. And now we're going to talk a little bit more about what's in this business model canvas.
To answer our business question, we first needed to break it down and really understand who we were trying to engage with. We knew what type of people we were trying to reach, being those who live active lives, but we hypothesized our customer segments to dig deeper and narrowed in on our hypothesis, being that chronic pain is not as prevalent in China like it is in the US. From there, we developed a field question, which was how many athletes, police officers, soldiers, and other people use a treatment for chronic pain. This question would show us a good estimate of the amount of people within our target market that would be interested in our device. In addition to understanding the customer segment, we also came up with the value propositions to see how they would influence China. For example, Prohuman's device could eliminate the need for so many visits to a clinic. So we hypothesized that China's access to healthcare is at an average to an above average rate. To find this out in our interviews and survey, we came to the conclusion of asking the question, how prevalent is pain in the target market? This information was used to help narrow down the specifics and find who would be more interested than not. And lastly, our key resources. We needed to understand what the target market would need in order to make expansion into China possible. We knew that the Prohuman device could treat multiple types of pain or injury, meaning it had various uses, and that it would most likely cut down on the costs for people who suffer from pain. On the other hand, we hypothesized that out-of-pocket medical expenses are not generally too much of a concern for those in China. But to see if there was still potential, we asked the question, how many devices are able to treat more than a single type of injury or pain? This would allow us to see if there was much competition or if there would be any interest at all. Moving on are our survey results. So we're going to pass it on to our Chinese friends.
All right, thank you, Annie. So first off, as part of our research, we decided to look more deeply into the various chronic diseases. And one of it will be the lateral epicondylitis, which is also better known as tennis elbow. So we learned that 1 to 3% of the population in China suffers from this disease, and it mainly is the middle-aged people with no gender differences. So they pick between ages of 30 and 59 with an average of 42. So currently to treat this, there are non-operative methods and operative methods. So non-operative methods include physiotherapy, acupuncture, etc., with the average cost of about 660 per person. So operative methods include open surgery with a mean surgical cost of 4,000. But of course, with surgery means that there are follow-up therapy, etc., which comes at a cost of about $100 per session. Yeah, next slide.
And we also did research on arthritis in China. Previous studies has shown that 20.6% of people from age 16 to 30 suffer from arthritis, and the incidence of arthritis increases with age, reaching up to 62.1% in the old. But the incidence of arthritis shows no obvious difference between urban and rural area. Besides, women are more likely to suffer from arthritis than men. Nowadays, the main treatment of arthritis are non-drug treatment, drug treatment, and surgical treatment. The average cost for drug treatment is about 800 to 1,000 RMB for one course, and the cost for surgery is over 3,000 RMB. Yes. So to get a more specific insight into chronic pain, we have done a survey in our school, and the majority are university students aged 18. And among the respondents, 24.18% said they are suffering from chronic pain, and 59.646% said they are suffering from chronic pain while exercising.
All right, so as part of our survey, we also asked them how are they currently treating their chronic illnesses, and it seems like all of them are opting for non-operative methods such as massage therapy, rest exercises, or even painkillers. Right, next slide. So understanding their expenditure is also one important factor that we have to take into consideration, and it seems like majority actually spend about 40 USD on treatments a month. Next slide. So this survey, this graph also depicts the willingness of people how willing are they to try medical devices to receive treatments at home instead of going to hospitals, for example. So such reasons include convenience, price point, depending on what is the product and how does it actually work, concerns of safety such as radiation, and whether it's actually worth it to give this a try.
So, like we said, our research kind of focused around college-age students, so we might have missed the middle-aged target market a little bit. But based on our research, we suggest that Prohuman Technologies waits to expand into the Chinese market until the product is redesigned for other joints and other variable options to accommodate for things like the tennis elbow, like we found in our research. Justin Dews, the founder, also talked about how he was already working on other forms of this. So maybe just wait until he finishes all of that and then look into expanding into the Chinese market. So for the first picture, we learned a lot about time zone differences, and that kind of played into how we met with each other. And in the end, we ended up deciding that Wednesdays at 10 o'clock would be best for us, and it was easier for us to all just have a set time where we could all meet easily and not have to worry about time zone differences so much with a follow-up appointment every week. For the second picture, we learned a lot about international communication and how different people interpret different things, dependent on their cultural perspective. And then the third picture kind of represents how we communicate with each other the way we do, and how Americans sometimes will talk to each other evenly and split the leadership and communicate all together. And then sometimes our counterparts would talk about things with the leader speaking most of the time. Yes. And then these are some of our highlights from some of our group meetings with our foreign counterparts.
Well, and then my mom just loves Singapore for some reason. I'm not really sure what it is. I think it's a movie that she really likes. So.
Oh, was it Crazy? I think
Crazy Rich Asians. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can drop you a list of or how do I put it, tourist attractions or places to visit. Yeah, so that they can actually go there when they
get back to you on that, but we won't make you too much because we understand you got exams over there. We don't want to bombard you too much.
All right. Okay, because for our end, right, yeah, we weren't that, as in we weren't aware that we were supposed to write any report. Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
there wasn't any instructions for
All right,
us.
then scratch that then. If that's the case, then yeah, that's totally fine. Yeah,
Maybe we could still ask for just a little bit of research and we can do more of the compiling and stuff, because I know for
Yeah.
me personally, I've been trying to find some of the research for things that we haven't answered yet, and it's really hard for me to find those statistics and things like that. So maybe we can come up with.
All right, and that concludes our presentation for our final market entry plan for Prohuman Technologies. Thank you, everybody.